What's up, guys? It is Patricia from tarantulaheaven.com. If you're new, welcome. I talk about tarantulas every single week for Tarantula Tuesday on YouTube, talking about tarantula facts, weird things about my own tarantulas. So if you're into that, please subscribe. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for spending Tarantula Tuesday with me. I hope that this video is going to be helpful. So this week we're talking about how long you should wait to feed your tarantula after they've molted. And I get this question quite a bit. I actually just got an email from somebody today about this. I hope that this will clear up some stuff and some confusion about that. It's really common to wonder this, especially if you're a newer tarantula owner and this is your first experience with your tarantula molting. It's also common for people to ask that if they are now dealing with a tarantula in a different age group, because it does kind of vary throughout the ages and stages. So I hope that I will be able to clear this up. And Miss Spidey right here is gonna help me explain this. So to get something basic out of the way, you shouldn't feed your tarantula right after a molt. In fact, you should actually be waiting several days. Molting is a really intense process, and it's gonna leave your tarantula really weak and fragile, so they're not gonna be ready to eat for a few days after. So for this reason, you don't wanna have any food items in the tank while your tarantula is molting and also after they molt, because this could be really dangerous for your tarantula. Molting is a really intense process, and they're pretty much defenseless while they're molting as well as a bit after. So you want to make sure that there's nothing in there. You're not giving them any food right after. They need to rest and regain their strength. Think about it. If you had just been peeling off your entire body for the last few hours, I think you'd be pretty tired too. So it makes sense. So the main thing that needs to happen before your tarantula can eat is that their fangs need to harden. So if you've ever watched your tarantula's molting process, you might notice as they're turned over that their fangs look white and maybe even have a little bit of red. So what needs to happen is that your tarantula's fangs need time to harden and turn black. So when they're black, that's when their fangs have technically hardened. And once that's happened, yes, then you can start feeding your tarantula some food. However, how long it takes for your tarantula's fangs to harden really depends on age. So for adult tarantulas, I think like the standard is something like 10 days to 2 weeks, just to be on the safe side. And then for slings and younger tarantulas, this time's a little bit shorter. It could be something like 3 to 5 days or a week or so. For me, I suggest always being on the safer side and waiting a few extra days. So for the little ones, for the younger ones, you can definitely wait a week and it'll be fine. Really, there's no rush. Definitely wait an extra day or two before feeding your tarantula, just to be sure. If you can't get a look at their fangs to see if their fangs have hardened or not. Tarantulas will be fine if they have to wait a few more days. However, what is important for them is even while they can't accept food for the few days after the molt, they absolutely need water. So they should have access to water during their molt, before their molt, all the time, as well as after their molt, because they will need to replenish any lost hydration that they lost in the molt. So, and they're gonna be thirsty, they're gonna need to regain their strength. And so while food is not as important right after a molt and they're not ready to accept it, your tarantula will definitely appreciate having a full water dish. So just make sure that you have that. So yeah, depending on your tarantula's age, you can wait a week or two. You don't really have to fuss about it too much. For the tarantulas, the water is more important, and your tarantula will be fine if you wait an extra day or two. It's not gonna die or anything like that. Tarantulas are really hardy, and they can go quite a bit without eating. You don't want to wait too long. I definitely think after 2 weeks is more than enough time. And they do need to regain their strength, but you don't need to rush the process either. Make sure that you're giving your tarantula time to just settle into its new body, stretch out their legs, see how they're doing, drink some water, and just recover. Make a full recovery before they have to worry about eating again. I hope that was helpful. Do you guys have any other advice for how to tell when your tarantula is ready to accept food? I've found that the fangs thing is really helpful. The most helpful, to be honest, but let me know if you guys have any other techniques that might be helpful for somebody. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll check you next week for Tarantula Tuesday. Bye.